It is late January of 1995. I know that the top 3 songs on the Billboard charts are Creep, Take a Bow, On Bended Knee, in that order. I am confident that hip-hop is reaching its aesthetic dead end and will soon wind down, evaporate, and become an unsavory memory I burp up on occasion. At year's end, patent number 5196438 will be awarded to one Hoffman LaRoche for Sequanavir, aka Fortivase, aka Inverase, aka Hope, raining down on the parched fields of Sodom. Other drugs will follow. A decades-long pharmacological cocktail party will commence. The near-dead will rise in their Lazarine legions, financially ruined, stinking of chemicals, fingering the giant gaps in their resumes, but alive, and walking their bony asses out of the hospitals. But I don't know any of this yet. I have never been much of a prophet. It is 1995, and let's be honest, the AIDS epidemic has not been entirely bad to me. It has, in fact, been good to me in several ways. I, like so many others, feel caught up in an epic, operatic morality play starring all of us. I have purpose. I am a committed volunteer in AIDS prevention. The field has not yet been medicalized, pharmaceuticalized, and there is room for me, for my earnestness and my desire to help, and my desire to chat up cute guys about sex. I am a true evangelical, intoning the prevention gospel chants. Safe sex is hot sex. Show your love with condom. So saith Oprah. So saith we all. Oprah notwithstanding, I mostly hate my young self, so I don't quite believe most of what I'm saying about self-care, but I haven't realized that yet. I have a vocation, and I keep on evangelizing, and by the mid-90s, for the first time in the history of the fucking world, being a fag, a promiscuous colored fag, is a marketable attribute in a job market, the industry that has sprouted up around the prevention of HIV. By 1995, I have landed a job with the NAMES Project Foundation, and we're bringing all 42,000 panels of the AIDS Memorial quilt to the National Mall in Washington, D.C. The conservatives and the act-up kids are no fans of us and our big crafty shroud. I don't much care. I'm going on a real business trip to do preparations for this pilgrimage event, this one-time American Hajj. I have never been on a business trip. I feel like a little boy tromping around in his mother's pumps, la-di-dying to the mirror. An honest-to-God business trip. They're paying my airfare and my hotel, and I get a per diem. Yes, bitches, for the non-Romans among you, that means you get money for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day you travel. Signs and wonders, that's right. I'm a fucking professional doing professional shit professionally. But the outsized, unnaturally red maraschino cherry that glistens on top of this all is the laptop. I get to use one of the office's new Macintosh PowerBook Duo laptops. It is a digital age marvel, totally portable at just under 40 pounds. With a purse, a computer man purse that you put over your shoulders. I get to the airport early just to sit in the terminal, plug in my Macintosh PowerBook Duo, and compose. I pretend not to notice, but I'm certain everyone is looking, admiring, and asking, who is that professional boy? That go-getter with his wondrous contraption. Look, I say, see how he fingers the tracking ball. So hot. What a winner! It has already been dark for several hours when I arrive at Washington National Airport. In 3 years, it will be renamed Ronald Reagan International Airport, but I can't imagine such horrors yet. I arrive at the Embassy Row Hotel, and the porter helps me with my bags. He is short and wedgy, like a wrestler. Late 20s, early 30s. He looks tired and kind of beat down. He has days and stubble on his cheeks and chin. Night shift rings around his eyes, but he has a kind of a swarthy man prettiness that I like. Armenian? Turkish? His eyelashes are extravagantly long and mesmerizing. His upper lip is stingy, Protestant looking, but his lower lip is a plump, fleshy pillow. I begin to imagine how he's going to risk his job to fuck with me. How he's going to take off everything but his wrestling singlet. Latch onto me with both arms and legs like a sex koala. And then look up at me and I'll say, yeah? And he'll respond, yeah. As he stretches and bends to remove my suitcase from the trolley and heft them onto the countertop, I note that his work slacks bunch up at the crotch in interesting ways so that in the right light, from the right angle, with the proper interpretation, he looks calm and excited to see me. I am not a seasoned traveler. I have no idea what to tip him. I fish around in my wallet and his eyes watch my hands. What do they give in the movies? Is it $1 or $5? Shit. They tip with such speedy savoir-faire you could never tell. I did just use him in a sexual fantasy. Should that be a bonus? He sees me flip past a $5. Did his eyebrows just go up a millimeter? I give him 5. Is this all right? I wonder. I mean, it's the Embassy Row Hotel. Does this mean that ambassadors stay here on an embassy business? What if the previous guest was the ambassador from Saudi fucking Arabia who wipes his ass with 20s and dispenses crisp 50s like nothing? Oh, God, I'm a backward, shit-kicking Chicano farm boy dispensing sad little tips to my Turkish wrestler. I look to the restroom to gauge the situation. He is a sphinx. There is no flicker of satisfaction, disappointment, or irritation. He thanks me, and he asks me if I need anything further. I tell him I need nothing more. He tilts his head towards me and intones, I hope you have a good time in D.C., sir. What does that mean? I wonder this as I slip out of my shoes, and he leaves. I wonder what he means as I slip out of my shoes and khakis and unbutton my shirt. The room has an extra bed, and I use it to stage my next day. I pull out my long johns, wool socks, slacks, shirt, tie, and rubber overshoes. I pull out my rolls of AIDS posters intended for distribution by our D.C. area army of volunteers. Printed in heavy stocks, the posters were great glossy logs weighing down my big suitcase. I sit on the bed and turn on the laptop. It occurs to me that really there's nothing I need to do on the laptop. I turn on the TV, I watch the local news for a bit. Tomorrow's high will be 39 degrees. I lie in bed and I wonder if I should call room service for a hot chocolate. What if my wrestler comes to the door and I respond in my bathrobe, or my underwear? Now I'm horny. I decide that the wrestler is too much of a long shot. 13 years in the future, there will be a small pocket-sized computer that one can carry in one's pocket that will alert one to the proximity of sexually primed and available men. But I don't know this yet, so I decide instead to get it the old-fashioned way. I bathe, put on fresh clothes, and head out. I've checked my Dameron guide, and I know just what to tell the cab driver. 20th in Massachusetts, just off DuPont Circle. We get there quickly, and I exit. Down a lit alley, I see it, the Cockpit Bar. I enter. It is shockingly like every other cruise bar I've ever seen. Loud and smoky, stank bathrooms, bad decor, worse music, intense, unhappy-looking dudes everywhere. I'm home.